Now, if you start up your car after you do this, and you see oil pouring out of here, stop the car. Bundys Garage, Bundy here. Hey, this is the first video of 2023 that I'm doing, so hopefully you guys are having a good year so far. But what you guys are looking at is the oil filter housing, oil filter cooler, I should say, oil cooler for a 4.7 liter Tundra Sequoia and a Tacoma. The actual oil filter gets screwed on right here. Then you have a cooler line there and a cooler line there, and this actually, the oil circulates through here and cools the oil down. But one thing a lot of people forget is that there's an O-ring back there between here, the cooler itself, and what it actually gets screwed onto. So I'm gonna, it's been leaking, so I'm actually gonna replace it. What you need to do is loosen this nut up right here, which happens to be a 30 millimeter nut, and once you get that off, you're able to access behind there and get the O-ring out. And I went and got it from my local Toyota dealership. You can see right there, there's the part number 90301-67004 for those of you who cannot read, but I'll put links down in the description below where you guys can pick this up on Amazon. But this is not very hard at all. Only drawback is you do have to do this when you have no oil obviously in the system. So righty tighty, just have a 30 millimeter 1/2 inch socket right there. This comes out. If you guys are seeing an oil leak or experiencing an oil leak and you're like, where the heck is that oil coming from? This is a good place to check. This vehicle has 270,000 miles on it relatively quickly. There's the stem I just pulled out. Okay, there it is. Opens up just like that. Okay, let me I'm just gonna get some better light on this for you guys. Hang on. I'm going to pull this up and away. Okay, you can actually see it right here. Let me get you, see if I can get that for you. Show you what it looks like exactly. Kind of a weird angle. Sorry, this line is in the way. If you come right here, you can see it right there. See it? So that all looks pretty good. Let me take a, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Let me take a paper towel, get that cleaned up, clean up some of this oil that spilled out. Okay, let's see if I can grab this old O-ring. I'm gonna have to get like a pick tool to get this out. Yeah, I might have to. Let me grab a pick tool real quick. Got a pick tool. What I like about this thing is actually not a pick. It's like a smash down horseshoe, if you will. So it's not gonna like mar the surface too bad. So get in here, get under there. Okay. Now that O-ring is smashed down good. Okay, there it is. Right there, okay? So let's bring in the new one. Make sure they're the same size. Have the new one in my left hand, have the old one in my right hand. They seem to be the right size, so cool. Okay, open this back up. Put this into place. It has little ridges on the end, like little divots. So it should hold that in place. Just don't tear this thing. Just kind of feeling my way around here. Get everything lined up. You don't want to get this wrong, because if you get this wrong and you start up the car, you can have a major oil leak. So, looks like I got it on there correctly. Kind of push it back into place. Pull it back out, make sure it's still in place. Yep, looks good. Okay, so line this ridge up right here. That right there. Bring back in my stem for the oil filter. I have to move it around, jimmy a little bit to get it to line up. Now there's probably a torque spec for this. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna do good and tight, like the Germans do. Now if you start up your car after you do this, and you see oil pouring out of here, stop the car and recheck your O-ring and make sure that's sealing properly, that you got it, and something didn't happen with the O-ring, that you cut it or rolled over on itself or something. I'm just moving the housing with my left hand as I move the screw in with my right. I got it. It's been leaking for a while because there's quite a bit of oil residue right here. Okay, got my 30mm here, 1/2 inch. Just gonna snug it up. Okay, so it's bottomed out right there. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Clean the surface here. And there you go. So if you have that oil leak near this housing at all, and you're racking your brain trying to figure out what it is, don't forget about that O-ring up in there. All right. If you guys have found this helpful, please consider subscribing to Bundys Garage. If you guys need help, you can always email me at bundysgarage@gmail.com. And like always, I'll keep it rolling for you.